Today I'm in my garden and I want to talk about just what I'm planting now this month, and a couple of other garden updates. So I thought I was ready for the first frost. I was not mentally. Last week, I think it was either this week or last week, I can't remember. We had our first frost mid-November. Not necessarily, it's mid-November now, but like before mid-November. So I thought I was ready. I was mentally prepared. I had a few warm season annuals that I thought I would be okay with losing, and I'm not okay. I've kind of moved on. There's nothing I can really do about it. The saddest losses are the Mexican sunflowers are right here, and then the ones on the other side. So anyway, yeah, I lost a lot of the zinnias that I had still growing behind me. They have they did not make it, but a couple of them, well, not really. Well, there's a couple that are still there. I'm gonna leave them alone because I've seen butterflies landing on them this week, and I do not want to, I'll just leave a couple of those up. I still have some cool season annuals, which I've talked about in September. I still have those. So the Snapdragons made it totally fine. The Strawflowers made it. Those are totally fine. And so yeah, I lost the warm season annuals, and I've still got a couple of other things. I'll talk about that in a minute. But the other thing I want to talk about today is what I am going to plant. And I cannot believe that I forgot about this. Last year I planted crimson clover. I planted these in, I don't know, I probably planted them in August or something, and they really didn't do anything. I don't know if it was too hot. They just kind of barely got started. I looked it up and it said it's okay in my zone 8B to still plant these, but I don't know how much they're gonna, like, they probably won't get very big, but then next year in the spring they will bloom. And so it was, I think either March or April that these bloomed last year, maybe February, March. They were so pretty. So I am going to plant some of these today. The other thing, so I had this little area on the other side. I'll show you. It just was it's looking really sad after the Mexican, there wasn't a lot anyway, but after the Mexican sunflowers died, there's just no color. And even if I can just have something green on the ground until I do my leaf mulch to get the areas covered, I just want to try it. So it'll be an experiment to see what I can grow. The other thing I want to try, which do not know, I'm pretty sure that crimson clover will germinate. These carrots, it still gets pretty hot during the day here in the fall. We are in the late fall, but sometimes it's 70 or close to 80 sometimes during the day, at least for this month. So I'm going to put some of these over on the other side just to see if they germinate, and they will continue, even if they just slightly germinate, they will grow in the spring and continue to get bigger once the temperatures warm up. So I want to try that. So I'll show, I'm sorry, my pup is behind me. I was just making sure she wasn't digging. So I'll show some clips of last year when I had the crimson clover. They were so pretty. They were, I didn't know, I never planted them. They're a cover crop, so they're supposed to help kind of add nutrients to the soil and just kind of prevent it from just being dry, like nothing in the soil. It adds some nutrients to the soil, and then you can either cut those down or just like turn those over into the soil when you decide to plant for the spring, or kind of when those die back. Last fall I had the prettiest marigolds. I planted them this year, and I don't know if I waited too late, if it was too hot, or if it was too dry. I don't know what happened. They germinated, but they did not bloom. But I'll show you some photos of those pretty little marigolds because I had bees everywhere. I had bumblebees everywhere, and they were all in this bed over here across from me. So I want to show you just how that looked. So that's something that you can plant like in the late summer that will go through the fall. And if you have a frost like the one I have, had the other day, you can cover it with a frost cloth, which is what I should have done to my sunflowers. They were so tall. I just really wasn't ready to lose those because the pollinators leave, but it's okay. You know, you live and you learn. What I did yesterday, I took the area on the other side across from me, and I got the soil is very, very dry. It's just so hot. We have like no rain in August and September. So I got that area ready. So I took it's like a pitchfork, it's like a little mini pitchfork, and kind of, you know, put that down in the soil and stood on it and kind of wiggle it around and like lift that soil up. I don't want to like till. I mean, it would be okay to till because this soil is so hard, but I've learned sometimes by mistake, when I till, it will turn under the good like topsoil that I have, or the garden soil, and then bring that clay to the top, and I don't want that heavy clay just totally on the top. So I took it and kind of loosened it up, and then mixed it in with the garden soil that was there from this summer, and then I will add more to that today before I plant this crimson clover. So I took that, mixed it in kind of with the shovel, and then I took this little kind of like a little fence, like a little wire, you know, border that I had on the other side, and I put it around that because I have neighborhood cats who are, you know, just roam at night, and they use my garden for a litter box. So if I put the little like kind of barrier around it, I am well aware that they can jump into that, but for some reason they don't. And my dog, my pup, she also will stay out of it if I have that border around it. So one other thing to mention, in your zone, if you're not sure what you can still plant, you can go to your garden center and see what they have out. So I went I went this week, maybe Friday, to our garden center. I usually don't go in the winter, but it's been very interesting to go and kind of see. I do go, but I don't really go look around to see what I can plant, but you can go and see what they still have out. And if they have annuals out, then those most likely are going to be okay to plant in your zone. So I'll show you, I think it was pansies, like they had a lot of pansies and violas at my garden center. And also they had out the Christmas trees, which was really fun to see. But so pansies, violas, and then they had a lot of perennials that you can plant right now. So black-eyed Susans, echinacea, trying to think of what else. There were several that like if I wanted to buy those now and plant those out, the perennials, I could plant those out, and they would, be good for the winter. The other thing I want to try to show you just before I'm done is the dahlias, however you say it. I say both sometimes. They died. The frost got them. So they have some seed pods on them. A few of them have seed pods on them that are going to be ready to harvest, or I can leave them. Like I have plenty for next year. I don't really need any more. But in the next week or two, I'm going to dig those up. I'm not going to dig all of them up. I think I'm going to try to let them overwinter in the ground, but I really want to see what they look like, because that's my first time planting dahlias from seed, and I want to see if they actually developed like a decent tuber that would be the exact identical plant of what I had this year. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to plant these over here. I'm probably going to plant some over here too, but not today. And I'm also going to plant some of these just to see what happens. May not happen. I get about 6 hours of sun in this spot, which is not very much, but it's hot. It gets really hot right there. So I'm going to get started, plant those, and then I'll be back. So here is the little area that I got ready yesterday. I need to add this garden soil to it, but there's like this little fence like around it, so that way the cats will not get in it. This yeah, the cats will not get in it. So I'm gonna plant these in that spot. So I added the soil. I'm going to put the carrots on this end and the clover right here, because the sun sets and it gets shade on this end first. So I'm gonna put the carrots over here, clover right here, and we'll just see what happens. These are the carrot seeds. They're very small. Well, I finished planting the seeds that I was going to plant today. So that is really all I have. I think I was going to show you the dahlia tubers or dahlia seeds, but I'll probably wait till next time. If you want to see what else I've done in November, I will have some videos here, and then I've also started a playlist of like spring, summer, and fall gardening. Soon I will start the winter one in December. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.